Hello guys, my name is Rocco. So, while I was searching around Reddit, I happened to find a post about a few supposed upcoming weapons as well as some gadgets. It's all unconfirmed, however, I do think it might be true. The reason is one of the guns mentioned was accidentally released 2 days ago, the LS/26. This gameplay is from Danny on PC, by the way. From what I've heard, this was accidentally made available for players for maybe an hour either right before or after the update introducing Boynes. The original post will be in the description, by the way. I'm gonna go through the post and talk a bit about the guns and weapons. He also included some stats so we don't have to do all the work ourselves, you know. This is gonna be kind of a long video because we have a ton of things to go through, both guns and gadgets. So grab some popcorn, a drink or something comfortable, and let's get started. Starting off with the first weapon, the M2 carbine. The M2 carbine is the American select fire brother of the M1 carbine, which you already have in the game. The M2 carbine has a fire rate of 750 rounds per minute, feeding from the same 50 or 30 round magazines the M1 uses. I hope they change something more than just the fire rate to make this a bit more interesting. Moving on to the second gun, the Breda PG. The Breda PG is an Italian battle rifle designed in 1931 by Cestelio Fiorini. Something that makes this gun special is that it's actually the first burst-fire rifle ever made. One thing to note is that only the Costa Rican models have the options for burst fire and the Italian ones only have semi-auto. The gun is chambered in either the 6.5 by 52mm Mannlicher Carcano or the 7 by 57mm Mauser. It's fed from a 20-round box magazine at a rate of 599 rounds per minute. You may also see some 30 or 50-round magazines as specializations, hopefully. Next up we have the M1919A6. The M1919A6 is a general-purpose machine gun originally designed in 1919 by the famous American firearms designer John Moses Browning as an air-cooled development of the earlier M1917 machine gun used in World War I and featured in Battlefield 1 as well. The A6 variant features a number of changes from the original, including a buttstock and a bipod, as well as a lighter barrel. The weapon feeds from a 250-round belt, firing at a rate of 599 rounds per minute. Next is the MG30. The Maschinengewehr 30, I think that's how you say it, otherwise known as the Solothurn S2-200, is a Swiss/Austrian machine gun. It was adopted by Austria, Bulgaria, El Salvador, Nazi Germany, as well as by Hungary under the designation Solothurn 31M Golyos something Hungarian. It feeds from a 30-round magazine at a rate of 770 rounds per minute and is chambered in either the 7.92 by 57mm Mauser, the 8 by 56 rimmed, or the 7 by 57mm Mauser. Next we have 4 guns from Battlefield 1. You saw them in the last game, not much to say. The Madsen has a rate of fire of 539 rounds per minute and a magazine capacity of 30. The Shawshat is used in the War Story TLR if you want to check it out. It has a rate of fire of 327 rounds per minute and a capacity of 20. There's also the M1917 Enfield and the Sjögren, or Sjögren as you're supposed to pronounce it. Nice recycling dice. Next up we have my personal favorite of all these guns, the Lahti Soloranta M26, Vittu perkele. The LS26 is a Finnish-like machine gun designed by Aimo Lahti and Arvo Soloranta in 1926. It is chambered in the 7.62 by 53mm cartridge and feeds from a 20-round box magazine at a rate of 450 to 550 rounds per minute. It is regarded as very accurate but heavy by the soldiers. Next is the M91/28 Controboncino, pizza pasta, you know the drill, it's Italian. The M91/28 is an Italian bolt-action carbine of the Carcano, equipped with a grenade launcher. It features 2 receivers but only 1 bolt. I assume this will work kind of like the Pedersen device from Battlefield 1. The grenade this gun fires is apparently some sort of combination of fragmentation and flashbang meant to disorient the enemy before you assault their position. It's chambered in a 6.5 by 52mm cartridge and is fed from a 6-round internal magazine loaded with an AMBlock clip. Then we have another gun from a single player campaign, the Commando Carbine, aka the Delisle Carbine. Basically a quiet 45 caliber bolt action rifle, put under no flag if you want to use it. Then we have a gun I think we might have seen already in the Gamescom trailer last year, the MAB-38. The Beretta MAB-38 is an Italian submachine gun designed in 1935 by Beretta's chief engineer Tullio Marangoni. The weapon was a standard submachine gun of the Royal Italian Army in World War II and was also adopted in smaller numbers by the German Army as the MP738I. It feeds from a 10, 20, 30 or 40 round magazine, though the 20 and 40 were standard, at a rate of 550 to 600 rounds per minute. It is chambered in the 9x19mm Parabellum cartridge. Next up we have the Sterling submachine gun. The Sterling submachine gun, aka the Patchet, is a British submachine gun designed in 1944 and used by some commandos during the later stages of the war. It fires the 9x19mm Parabellum at a rate of 599 rounds per minute with a magazine capacity of 32. Next we have the Well gun. Not to be confused with the Well rod, the Well gun is a British prototype submachine gun developed by the SOE. The first time it was used in battle to ambush a German staff car, it jammed. The gun fires a 9x19mm Parabellum cartridge from the same 32 round magazines as a Sten, at a rate of 514 rounds per minute. Last but probably least, we have the Lanchester SMG, literally a copy of the MP28 with a magazine capacity of 32 rounds. Please, dice. Moving on to the sidearms, only 3 though. First we have the Well Rod pistol. The Well Rod pistol is a bolt-action suppressed pistol developed by Major Hugh Reeves. The gun was primarily used by the SOE, but also the OSS. The pistol was extremely quiet thanks to its suppressor, and it was intended to be used for close-range assassinations. It has a magazine capacity of 6, and is chambered in a 9x19mm Parabellum cartridge. Second we have the Model 27. The Smith & Wesson Model 27 is the original .357 Magnum revolver. Basically it's bigger powerful. It has a 6-round cylinder and a rate of fire of 150. Last, we have the PPK. The PPK, or Polizeipistole Kurz, or police pistol short. Used by Hitler, Elvis and James Bond, this is the most common variant of the original Walther PP. It has a magazine size of 7 and a rate of fire of 450 rounds per minute, chambered in the 32 ACP cartridge. Moving on to the gadgets. First we have the Panzerbuchse 39. The Panzerbuchse 39 is a German anti-tank rifle. It fires the 7.92 by 94mm round. Now this is where it gets interesting. In leaks it says that it has a magazine capacity of 11 and a mag count of 3. Now it could refer to the ammunition boxes on the sides, which hold cartridges for easy access since it's a single shot rifle. Next we have the British equivalent of the PCB-39, the Boyce anti-tank rifle. The Boyce AT rifle is a British bolt-action anti-tank rifle. The rifle was developed by Captain Henry C. Boyce in 1937 and manufactured by the Royal Small Arms Factory. The gun feeds from a 5-round detachable box magazine and is chambered in the 55 Boyce cartridge. The rifle was obsolete almost right away as most tanks were immune to the rifle, though lighter tanks and tankettes were still vulnerable. Then we have the Goliath mine. The Goliath mine is a remote-controlled mine, similar in appearance to the British Mark IV tank used in World War I. The mines were controlled via a joystick. Moving on to the RMN-50 rifle frag launcher. From what I've been able to find out, it's basically the grenade launcher rifle we already have, but based on the Mosin Nagant instead of the Lee Enfield. Next we have the Type 89 knee mortar. The Type 89 grenade discharger, inaccurately called the knee mortar, was adopted by the Imperial Japanese Army in 1929. The weapon is a light mortar and has an effective range of 120 meters and a maximum range of 670 meters firing the Type 89 shell. Then we have the M1A1 bazooka. You know what the bazooka is, come on. Then we have the Panzerschreck. The Panzerschreck is a German copy of the bazooka, enlarged for use with 88mm rockets. Because of the larger rocket, a special blast shield had to be mounted on the weapon. Then we also have some pistol carbines and machine pistols. I don't know what class is going to get these, but anyway. First we have the Astra Model 903. This is basically a Spanish copy of the C96 Mauser pistol, but with a 21 round magazine. One thing to note is that it is the Astra Model 904 that is the fully automatic version. However, it seems, judging by the rate of fire of 1124 rounds per minute, that this is meant to be the 904. The gun is chambered in the 7.63 by 25mm Mauser cartridge. Then we have like all the pistol carbines from Battlefield 1. The MP1916/P16 from Restop Auto, the P08 Artillery Luger, the C96 carbine, and the Model 1903 extended. I'm not gonna go through the melee weapons as there are just too many. Maybe I'll do another video later. Anyway, that's it for today, guys. Have a good one.